Today's a story of good news, bad news. Okay, more like good news, terrible, good for nothing, rotten to the core news. But let's start with the good news first. The last crow mural sold on Etsy and gets to spend its golden years in the gorgeous state of Colorado. Terrible news? While polishing and give it a once-over, I may or may not have exacerbated a previously unknown heat crack that is now unacceptable to ship off. So today, we halt everything and fix this bad boy while the clock is ticking for acceptable shipping windows. I have 3 days to melt away the surrounding solder, peel out the old foil, break out the glass. That is extremely difficult to do when it's in the center of the project. Mark out a shape onto a new piece of glass, cut, grind, foil, solder, clean, patina, polish, and wax. And because I overshare the process, this is going to be a multi-part series. Full transparency, I've never done this before, but I have seen a number of other stained glass artists explain this exact process. So I'm feeling somewhat confident that I can pull this off successfully. When in doubt, fake it till you make it. The real concern is not breaking the surrounding pieces while doing this. Thankfully, I still have scrap glass for the crow head, but I do not have replacement glass for that moon. That cannot break while doing this, or we have major problems. At this point, I had no idea what I was doing, nor did I know the best course of action. So I tossed in some score lines and started beating that glass like it owed me money. Just when I thought I couldn't be any more dumber, I go and pull a stunt like this and totally redeem myself. Dumb and Dumber, what's up? One warning I don't recall seeing from other artists is how long this actually took me to peel off the foil from the other pieces. You need to scrape it off with a hot soldering iron, but you need to still be mindful not to overheat the surrounding glass. Otherwise, you're back to square one with more square ones. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tap the follow button if you enjoy seeing stained glass art get created or corrected one process at a time. Tomorrow, we cut, grind, foil, maybe even solder the head back into place. Wish me luck. Welcome to part 2 of replacing a heat-cracked piece of stained glass in the middle of a project. I'm your host, Grizzly, and we're working on glass art. See what I did there? If you missed the previous video, you're in luck because you only have to go back one video to catch up. Now that we have a hole in the middle of our art and our hearts right now, we're going to go Sharpie method, which is not accurate at all, but it is quick and convenient. I must say, once you get past that nerve-wracking step of breaking out glass without destroying anything in its wake, everything else is kind of smooth sailing until you get to the soldering part, because then you worry all over again about heat cracks. You know what really grinds my glass? Taking the extra 10 seconds to swap out grinder bits for just one piece. The audacity of it. But now that we got the first fitting out of the way, we're moving on to foiling. Are we going to add a premature saddle to that little beak curve? Nope. We're just going to trust the Delphi foil to do us a solid and not tear while burnishing. Thankfully, that was the case. Delphi coming in clutch. And you know what's super awkward? Applying foil to the inside of a hole. Your hands don't fit. The foil wants to go in at an angle. 2 out of 10, don't recommend. And burnishing? Forget about it. That's such a terrible accent. At this point, I feel like a monkey in a football. Days of Thunder, what's up? And yes, I am fully aware I left a word out of that quote. Now is the time for tip of the day. If you're adding a replacement glass piece into a finished project, You should totally fold up a towel underneath to tack solder the piece into place. Not only does the towel give you good insulation for the heat, but it also gives you control to adjust the height of the piece so it's flush with the rest of the front surface. Without the towel, the piece would set too low and look funky as all get out. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tap the follow button if you enjoy seeing stained glass art get created and now corrected one process at a time, with tips, tricks, and tests sprinkled into the mix. Tomorrow, we wrap up this repair with cleaning, patina, attaching the eyeball, and polishing. But I am kind of digging this silver-headed crow. It kind of reminds me of someone. It is totally me. We are officially wrapping up the heat crack stained glass replacement process, which means we are cleaning, applying patina, taking an alternate route of adding on an eyeball detail, and then polishing today. I never expected to use this quote in a stained glass video, but what the hell are we doing here, Harry? Our pets' heads are falling off? Dumb and Dumber, what's up? Good times. Because I was noticing some lead oxidized fuzzies in some of the corners, we went ahead and gave the entire project a good scrubbing with a stiff bristle brush to make sure all of that is gone for good before resealing it later. And of course I forgot to check that I was actually recording during the patina process, so you're not really seeing a whole lot. But then again, you didn't really miss a whole lot. I am 99% sure the beginning of the heat crack came from soldering the eye detail directly onto the glass. What temp was I using? Lord only knows, because that was a hot minute ago. But after all of this, we could not afford another heat crack incident. So we're playing it safe. Not paint detail safe, but I'm thinking we solder the eyeball, apply patina, then just super glue it onto the glass. As a professional curious man-child, I can confirm that super glue is really strong once it dries. I was 8 years old walking around giving everyone the okay sign for days, just living my best life pre-internet. Something this tiny, I am not walking to the kitchen to clean this. My luck, it would fall down the drain. So instead, I just gave it a little spritz of quick clean to wash off the flux, applied patina, and then just called it a day. And yes, that is a thumbtack being used to slather super glue onto the backside of the eyeball detail. I mean, it still works. You can still push it into things, so why not? Thank you so much for watching, and to everyone for the encouraging comments over the past few days. One of the coolest things about posting content related to my stained glass journey is hearing from other artists who are dealing with the same struggles as me, such as replacing heat cracks. Side note, tomorrow's lucky lotto numbers will be 7, 12, 22, 45, and 63. If you need a final number, go with 15. But seriously, don't hold me to those if you lose. But if you win...